Hey everyone, my name is Annika and I'm part of the Stat 107 team. And in this video, we're going to be doing a question about student probability. So let's go ahead and get started. So the question says, we are drawing students at random from a class of 10 boys and 10 girls. So 6 of the girls and 2 of the boys are blonde and the rest of them are not blonde. So we're drawing one student at random. What is the probability that the student is either a girl or blonde? So here we need to use one of our probability rules to go ahead and solve for this question. But the first thing I like to do is actually create a table based on the information that the question has given us. So I want to create a table and my headers can be, I know there's boys in the class as well as girls, and then there's blonde and not blonde. And this symbol here is the not symbol, and which is commonly used in math. So we know here that there's 10 boys and 10 girls. So what I'm going to do is for my marginal totals, which are the basically the totals for your table, I know there's 10 boys and 10 girls, right? So that means my total number of students in the class is going to be 20, and six of the girls and 2 of the boys are blonde. So that means 6 girls and 2 boys are blonde, which means 4 girls are not blonde and 8 boys are not blonde. My totals here, I have 8 and 12, and again, they add up to 20. So as you know, my marginal totals are highlighted, which are the totals for my table. So now we can go ahead and actually solve the question. It says, what is the probability that student is either a girl or blonde? So here I know I need to use my addition rule. I'm finding the probability the student is a girl or blonde, which is the same thing as saying I want the probability that the student I draw is a girl plus the probability of drawing a student that is blonde minus the probability that the student is a girl and the student is blonde. So to solve this, I'm just going to go ahead and look at the table, and this is the addition rule. Remember that we are solving for the probability of these two events happening, the girl or blonde, but we want to subtract the probability of both events happening because we don't want to double count. So for the first thing, the probability of the student being a girl, we can see is 10 out of 20. The probability that the student is a blonde, well, I can see in my total here that out of 20 students, 8 of them are blonde. So it's going to be plus 8 out of 20. And then we want to subtract the basically both of the events happening at the same time, which is probability of the student being a girl and blonde, which over here we can see is this joint probability right here. So that's going to be minus 6 out of 10. And not out of 10, out of 20, we always want to use the total 20 students in the class. And if I were to solve this in my calculator, or I can leave it as a fraction, I would get 0.6 or 12 out of 20. Both of the answers are acceptable. So I can see here my final answer. The probability that the student is either a girl or blonde is 0.6. So if we were to, randomly choose a student in the class, the probability that we pick a girl or a blonde student is basically 6 out of 10. So you can say it's pretty high. So I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below.